Hello and a very warm welcome. Thanks for tuning into News9 Live. I'm Kabir Naqvi. This is Varghese P. Abraham. Varghese, a very warm welcome. Opposition Conclave, Day 2. Day 1 was essentially just arrivals into this event. Now, Day 2 is where, all these leaders are finally going to get into the squabbling, the internal bickerings, the possible and potential seat-sharing formulas, the opposition alliances name. There's so much that's on the cards. On the other hand, the NDA is
holding
in
a
another
parallel
camp
meet, yeah.
in the national capital. They say 26 opposition leaders in Bengaluru, 38 will come to Delhi. So if this is a number game, don't think that the BJP is behind. If you can call on 26 parties and you say that the BJP is rattled, then let me tell you that the NDA has 38 parties that are going to, join that particular meeting. O.P. Rajbhar, he was earlier seen at the Lucknow airport. We've spoken to Sanjay Nishad of the Nishad party. Congress party says that the NDA is going into a huddle only because of what they're seeing in Bengaluru. They are the ones that are reacting, not us. They are reacting to what we're doing. It's nothing new. They planned it on the same day when we had our meet. And what you've done is it's a pure number game. 26 parties, you're saying we have 38.
See, politics is also the game of perceptions. But then the fact remains is that NDA has been a large alliance, and the BJP, of course, did not require the kind of partners that it required because it was in complete majority. But it did not let go of the alliance. That is one thing. Its practicality just shows there that it did not let go of the alliances. It kept its alliance partners together, and they also tried to leverage the strengths of the alliance partners during the local elections in the states as well as when it comes to the local bodies. But then here what we are looking at is that there are significant regional groupings that we can see over here, and regional players and regional satraps to a large extent, if you can say like that, they are coming together. And they are from states that, where the BJP has been trying to make an entrance, like Tamil Nadu or Kerala, or there are, areas where the BJP have been wanting to enter. And these are the areas where they have actually come together in. And of course, when it comes to Nitish Kumar, we have seen how from this camp to the other camp, there's been always been, and probably that is why, and I'm sure that someone who has put that posters out really knows what he was actually trying to say when it came to Nitish Kumar. And there was also a talk once upon a time that when this alliance was coming together, that probably the compromise candidate or the consensus candidate would be Nitish Kumar. And that is why we see this kind of a thing, opposition unity, prime minister. And we should understand that the Congress is a very practical party in that regard, because they have always thought of solutions outside the box. We've seen how H.D. Kumaraswamy with 37 MLAs became the chief minister of this thing, backed by the Congress. The Congress also had a time in the 1990s where they were the largest party, but backed significant lesser players like H.D. Devegowda, I.K. Gujral, So they do have some kind of out-of-the-box thinking when it comes to leadership. So it is possible, what I'm saying, that if Nitish Kumar is being said prime ministerial
What about Arvind Kejriwal's, coming to the table?
Arvind Kejriwal's coming to the table is largely a coup d'etat because we know that the Aam Aadmi's primary focus has been against the Congress. They came on the alleged Congress corruption in Delhi that they wrote to power, and they have brought that narrative to the mainstream.
The narrative is that the Aam Aadmi party is replacing the Congress in so many states.
So in so many states.
They are directly at
you
loggerheads.
are in Punjab, you have the AAP and the Congress, and Delhi, of course, you have, and then the BJP has been trying to break into these states as well. Its allies have weakened significantly. The regional players or allies have technically weakened in all these states for the BJP. So the BJP has to do it alone in some of these states.
Pankaj Mishra also with us on the broadcast, Varghese. Pankaj, if you can hear us, how are you looking at the developments today? It's a big, big day. Any guesses on this opposition alliance name?
Well, they already have, tossed a few names here and there. United Progressive Alliance now doesn't hold water there. PDA, that was one People's Democratic Alliance that was doing rounds, but I believe
PDA is also a great segue into Rahul Gandhi's Mohabbat ki dukan, because it's public display of affection.
Well, even you could be one of the key factors of striking the right chord with the millennials, maybe who would be in the voting age now. PDA is the term often used also, for the public display of affection. But this kind of affection among the once rival political parties maybe this name would also, suit them. But yes, a name is a factor definitely which should cut across both the north and the southern part of the country, the association fact. And secondly, I believe for the political leaders to come together, that name would be the last thing which could be the bone of contention as of now. State-wise seat distribution, role allocation, subcommittees formation, all those aspects that Congress and rest of the party members are thrashing out in Bengaluru as we speak is very crucial. And not far away in Delhi too, the ripples and ramifications are being seen. And talking about the posters, I would say Nitish Kumar, why, one would think that why only Nitish Kumar's poster came there? There were MK Stalin also, Mamata
Exactly
Banerjee
the
too.
question. Exactly the
And
question.
so
Also,
the thing
Pankaj,
is,
what's your take on the fact that Rahul Gandhi was seated right between Lalu Prasad Yadav and Nitish Kumar? Last time around in Patna, you remember the Barati comment right at the end of the press conference. He said कि राहुल जी आप दूल्हा बन जाइए, हम बाराती बनकर आ जाएंगे सब. अब दोनों बाराती दूल्हे के बगल में बैठे हैं क्या? You've got Lalu on the left and Nitish on the right.
well, see, I mean, one can't help but read, between the lines here. And Rahul Gandhi obviously is one choice that could, because of the sheer size of the Congress, it is possible that as far as the prime ministerial name is concerned, if, the likes of Nitish Kumar and Lalu back him, then certainly he can be the dulha as far as this Bharat is concerned. And this is what the BJP also was harping at. So one of the many ammunitions that BJP would want to fire at them is the prime ministerial candidate phase. Secondly, obviously, many political pundits are saying that an NDA meeting in Delhi at this point of time when BJP holds more than 300 seats or is targeting more than 300 seats once again, or 350 for that matter. So why keep the flock together? Obviously, more than anything, I think the fence sitters or those who might jump switch sides. So we have seen, to and fro happening in the form of OP Rajbhar, which has gone back to the BJP fold once again.
Right.
So as we inch closer to 2024, I think it is imperative on both the parties actually, both the conglomerate actually to keep the house together. And needless to say, when we arrive in 2024, we will have to say that these visuals that we are playing as of now, how many partners still stand or how many more faces join them.
Absolutely, Pankaj. Just one last question, away from the jokes, on a serious note, the seat sharing formula, that is going to be one point of concern between these parties. How will they go state by state on that? Because day one looks like there's a lot of friendship, but will this friendship sustain is the bigger question.
Yes, this is something that's why, of the 6 points that they have chalked out to discuss, seat sharing also is a critical aspect of it. And one has to devise a methodology where, one structure could be acceptable to all, and that's how they would proceed. So as of now, state by state, gives an upper hand to the Aam Aadmi Party as of now, which has barring the Congress, which has its government in more than one state. Mamata Banerjee, RJD or JDU for that matter, all of them have one state in their kitty. So at the end of it, obviously, whichever permutation and combination you use, it's the Congress by the sheer size of the party that would be benefiting. But that's not the important here. The important aspect is for the common cause to defeat BJP, for the common cause to see BJP on the mat, whether they would be able to extricate themselves from the differences that they have. That's one aspect which I think efforts and steps have been taken in the form of Congress backing Aam Aadmi Party in its opposition to the center's ordinance on the control over Delhi. And secondly, the ED factor. The ED factor here is very important, Kabir and Varghese, for the fact that all the names and faces that are flashing on the screen as of now, right from MK Stalin to Sharad Pawar here, who has just faced a setback at his home front, Tejasvi Yadav, the man embroiled in land for jobs scam, Lalu Prasad, the other, all of them have something or the other which might not augur well if they land on the wrong side of the enforcement directorate. And that's why for this bloc also to stay together should give out a message that they are going to fight tooth and nail what they call the misuse of the central powers.
Right. You know what? Before we move on, let's listen in to what Brijesh Pathak had to say. Brijesh Pathak, Deputy Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, member of the NDA camp, certainly. The NDA camp is also going into a huddle in the national capital today. 38 parties. You called in 26. We'll give you 38. Brijesh Pathak's reaction, and then we'll come back for more.
आप जानते हैं कि जो विपक्षी दल हैं ये फ्रस्ट्रेटेड हैं और कहीं न कहीं भ्रष्टाचार के दाग उन लोगों को पहले से लगे हुए हैं और ये बैठक जो विपक्षी दलों की है ये फ्लाप्सो साबित होगी कि वो लोग कुर्सी के लिए इकट्ठा हुए हैं, सत्ता के लिए इकट्ठा हुए हैं, जबकि भारत की जनता ने माननीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में इस बात को घर घर महसूस किया है कि गरीब कल्याण योजनाओं में लोगों के जीवन स्तर को ऊपर उठाने में सफलता प्राप्त की है। गरीबी की रेखा के नीचे रहने वाले लोगों को हम ऊपर उठाने में कामयाब हुए हैं, प्रति व्यक्ति आय बढ़ी है, दुनिया के पैमाने पर भारत माता की छवि बुलंद हुई है और माननीय मोदी जी दुनिया के सर्वाधिक लोकप्रिय नेता बने हैं। 2024 में मोदी जी ही आएंगे, प्रचंड बहुमत की राजग की भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार बनेगी।
Well, so Varghese, what do you make of JP Nadda's stand? He's saying that the leadership is hollow and there is no comparison of any leader against what Prime Minister Modi has done over the last 9 years.
JP Nadda is right when he asks that question to an extent. Why? Because we have seen how the Congress has been kind of a leadership radar for some time. We have seen how when the question was asked whether who's going to project, Rahul Gandhi moving away from the Congress presidency, then interim president as Sonia Gandhi coming in, and it took some time for the Congress to actually get in a leadership as such. And then you had the elections and then you had Kharge coming up at the top. The big question that would be asking is who's leading this alliance? So it's a big question to ask. First of all, put that question mark saying that, see, there are so many in your alliance who have ambitions to become the Prime Minister of this country. Are you sure you want to be with the party that already knows who should become the Prime Minister of the country if they get a chance? So that is an indirect question that JP Nadda has asked the camp as such. But then, as you point out, there are, with two parallel meetings, the NDA alliance as well, this happening at the same time, and the presence of Sonia Gandhi actively taking part in this opposition meet, it shows that Sonia Gandhi is the person who's actually bringing, or is rather the glue that is slowly around which everything is working on, and that's why you have this huge group of leaders actually coming in. So you have Kharge, you have the top leadership of the Congress, all of them working in backroom channels and all of them trying to prepare for the 2024 elections. And of course, the common factor is the BJP, and you have the larger image of the Prime Minister to which they are trying to build an opposition narrative.